Day 1. The ride home. You are 17 years old. You are a good student. You get high grades. You do not drink. You do not smoke. You do not get into trouble. You work a part-time job after school to save money. You ride your bicycle home every evening on the same route. The same streets. The same turns. The same familiar road that has always brought you safely back to your family. Tonight is November 25th, 1988. It is a Tuesday. It is 8:30 in the evening. The air is cold. The streets of Misato, Saitama are quiet. You pedal the way you always pedal. You are thinking about ordinary things. Homework. Tomorrow's schedule. What your mother is making for dinner. You do not notice the two boys watching you from the side of the road point. One of them steps out as you pass. He kicks your bicycle out from under you. You hit the ground hard. You are confused. You are frightened. You look up at the boy who knocked you down, and you do not understand what is happening. Then a second boy appears beside you. He is 18 years old. His name is Hiroshi Miyano. You have seen him before. He goes to your school. He has a reputation, the school bully, the boy everyone is afraid of. He looks down at you on the ground, and he offers you his hand. He says he will walk you home. He says he will protect you. You take his hand. That is the last free decision you will ever make. He does not walk you home. He walks you to a warehouse. What happens there is the first of many things you will spend the next 44 days trying to survive. He calls his friends when it is over. He tells them what he has done. He tells them he has something. He tells them to come. You do not know yet that you are the something. You do not know yet that you will never see your home again. Day 2. The house. You are taken to a house in Adachi, Tokyo. It belongs to the family of one of the boys. His name is Shinji Minato. He is 16 years old. His parents are home. His parents are in the same building as you. You think about screaming. You think about running. You think about all the ways this could end differently than it is ending. But Miyano tells you something that stops everything. He tells you he has connections to the Yakuza. He tells you if you try to escape, he will kill your family. He knows where they live. He knows your parents' names. He knows your brothers. You believe him. So you stay quiet. You stay still. You tell yourself this will end soon. You tell yourself someone will come. You tell yourself your family will notice you are missing. You tell yourself the police will find you. You tell yourself all the things a person tells themselves when they cannot yet accept the reality of what is happening to them. The reality is this. There are 4 of them. Hiroshi Miyano, 18. Joe Ogura, 17. Shinji Minato, 16. Yasushi Watanabe, 17. 4 teenage boys who have decided that your life belongs to them now. That your body belongs to them. That your future belongs to them. You are one girl. You are in their house. And the door is locked. Day 3. You try. You find a moment when the house is quieter than usual. Your heart is pounding. Your legs are shaking. But you move toward the telephone. You pick it up. You dial. A voice answers. You recognize it immediately. It is a police officer. You have reached the police. You try to speak. You try to tell them where you are. You try to say your name. Miyano appears behind you before you can finish. He takes the phone. He speaks into it calmly. He tells the officer it is nothing. He hangs up. The police do not come. You do not know that this phone call happened. You do not know that you reached someone who could have saved you. You do not know how close you were to going home. You will never know. What you know is that Miyano is now looking at you. And whatever small protection your silence had given you is gone. He punishes you for trying. He makes sure you understand what trying costs. You stop trying to use the phone. But you do not stop trying entirely. Not yet. Not on day 3. Day 7. The world outside. A week has passed. Your parents have reported you missing. The police are looking for you. Your face is in the newspapers. Your name is on the lips of people in Misato who knew you. Teachers, classmates, neighbors. Everyone is looking for Junko Furuta. You do not know any of this. You are in a room in a house in Adachi, Tokyo, and the world outside might as well be on another planet. You can hear the sounds of the city sometimes. Cars. Voices. Life continuing in all its ordinary, unreachable normalcy. People are walking to school and going to work and eating dinner and watching television and doing all the things that you did 1 week ago and may never do again. You think about your mother. You think about what she is doing right now. You think about whether she is eating, whether she is sleeping, whether she is sitting by the phone waiting for it to ring. It is ringing. Every lead the police get, every tip, every possible sighting, none of them lead here. None of them lead to this house on this street in Adachi, where Junko Furuta is alive and running out of time. You do not give up hope. Not yet. 7 days is not enough to kill hope entirely. But it is enough to change you. The girl who rode her bicycle home from work 1 week ago is already becoming someone else. Someone harder. Someone smaller. Someone who has learned to measure time in a different way. You count the hours now instead of the days. Hours feel more survivable than days. If you can get through this hour, you can think about the next one. You get through this hour. Then the next one comes, day 14. The others come. You realize something in the second week that makes everything worse, that it is not just the 4 of them anymore. Mayano has been talking. He has been inviting people. Boys from the neighborhood. Acquaintances. People he wants to impress. He brings them to the house, and he shows them what he has. What he has is you. Over the course of the 44 days you are held in that house, more than 100 people will pass through. Not all of them participate in what is done to you. But none of them stop it. None of them go to the police. None of them tell an adult. None of them do the single simple thing that would have ended this. You look at some of their faces, and you search for something. Hesitation. Discomfort. The recognition that what is happening here is wrong. You find it sometimes. In a pair of eyes that will not meet yours. In a boy who hangs back while the others move forward. In a face that looks away. But looking away is not the same as helping. And no one helps. You are in a house full of people, and you are completely alone. That specific loneliness, being surrounded by human beings who choose not to see you, is its own kind of torture. It does not leave marks on the body. But it does something to the spirit that is harder to survive than the physical pain. You are still surviving. You are still breathing. You are still counting hours. But something is changing in you that has no name yet. Day 20. You ask for help one more time. You find another moment. Mayano is away from the house. The others are distracted. You get to the phone again. This time you reach your own home. Your mother answers. You hear her voice, and something in your chest breaks open completely. You tell her where you are. You tell her the address. You speak quickly because you know you do not have much time. Your mother's voice on the other end of the line is doing everything a mother's voice does when she realizes her child is in danger. Then one of the boys realizes what is happening. He gets to the phone. He speaks to your mother. He tells her that you have a new boyfriend. He tells her you are staying with him voluntarily. He tells her you are fine. He makes it sound so ordinary that your mother, a woman who wants to believe her daughter is safe, almost believes it. She does not call the police with the address. She does not know the address is real. She does not know that the voice she just heard was her daughter calling from inside a nightmare. The call ends. Mayano comes back. He finds out what happened. He punishes you for it. He punishes you in ways that make the previous weeks seem almost bearable by comparison. You stop trying to call home. You stop trying to reach the outside world in any direct way. But you have not stopped hoping. Even now, on day 20, in the worst condition you have ever been in your life, some part of you is still waiting for the door to open. For someone to walk through it who is going to take you home. That part of you is the strongest thing about you. It is also the most heartbreaking. Day 25. The neighbors. The house is not isolated. It is a regular house on a regular street in a regular Tokyo neighborhood. People live on both sides. People walk past on the sidewalk every day. Delivery men come to nearby houses. Children play in the street. Life happens 10 feet from the walls that are holding you. The sounds coming from inside that house are not the sounds of a normal household. There are things that happen in that house that make sounds, that produce evidence of what is occurring, that should, to any attentive neighbor, signal that something is deeply wrong. Nobody calls the police. There is a particular cruelty in this that does not belong entirely to the 4 boys who put you in that house. It belongs also to the ordinary world outside, to the people who heard something and chose not to investigate, to the people who saw boys coming and going at strange hours and assumed it was none of their business, to a neighborhood that closed its curtains and continued its routines while you were running out of time inside. You do not know about the neighbors. You cannot see them. You cannot reach them. You only know the walls, but the walls know something the neighbors do not. The walls know exactly how much time you have left. Day 30. Your body is failing. A month has passed. Your body is no longer the body you had on November 25th. It has been subjected to things that a human body is not designed to survive. You have injuries that have not been treated. You have wounds that have been added to wounds. You are malnourished. You are exhausted in a way that goes beyond anything sleep could fix. And yet, you are still breathing. You are still counting. You are still here. There is something in you that refuses to stop. It has no logical basis. By any rational calculation, you have every reason to stop fighting. The door has not opened. The police have not come. The phone calls did not work. The neighbors did not act. The world outside has not found you. And still you hold on. You think about your family. You think about your mother's voice on the phone that one time you reached her. You think about what it would feel like to walk through your own front door. You think about the bicycle ride home that you never finished. These thoughts are the only thing left that belongs entirely to you. They cannot take your thoughts. They can take everything else, and they have taken almost everything else. But in the privacy of your own mind, you are still Junko Furuta. You are still the girl who got good grades and rode her bicycle home from work and had a whole life waiting for her on the other side of this. You hold on to that. You hold on to it the way a person holds onto the edge of something when everything below is darkness. Day 30. You are still holding on. Day 40. The longest days. The last stretch is the hardest to describe, not because nothing happens. Things happen. Things keep happening that should not happen to any human being. But your mind has developed a way of being present and absent at the same time. A kind of internal distance that allows you to keep breathing when breathing is the only thing left to do. You think sometimes about what your life was going to be. You were a senior in high school. You were saving money from your part-time job. You had a future in front of you that was entirely ordinary and entirely yours. You were going to graduate. You were going to do something with your life. You did not know yet what that something was, but you were going to find out. You were going to find out. Those 4 words. You say them to yourself sometimes in the quiet moments. A reminder of a future that still feels possible even now. Even here. Even after 40 days in this room. The door has not opened. But it has not disappeared either. Somewhere on the other side of it, the world is still there. Your family is still there. The street you grew up on is still there. The bicycle is still somewhere, probably right where you left it, waiting for someone to pick it up. You are still waiting too. Still counting. Still holding the edge. Day 40. You are still here. Day 44. January 4th, 1989. It is the new year. Outside the house, the city of Tokyo has celebrated. People have gathered with their families. They have eaten special foods and watched the sunrise and made wishes for the year ahead. 1989 has begun, and with it the ordinary human hope that a new year brings. Inside the house it is just another day. Another morning that is the same as the morning before it, and the morning before that, and all the mornings stretching back to November 25th when you rode your bicycle home from work and a boy knocked you off it and everything changed. Something happens today that is different from the other days. The details of what happens belong to the record of one of the most horrific crimes in Japanese history. They belong to the court documents and the police reports and the accounts of people who investigated what was done to you over 44 days. What you need to know is this. You fought. Every single day for 44 days you fought in every way that was available to you. You made phone calls. You looked for moments. You held on to your sense of self in the only place they could not reach it. You refused to stop being Junko Furuta, even when everything around you was designed to make you into something less than that. You fought until you could not fight anymore. January 4th, 1989. You are 17 years old. You are the girl who got good grades and rode her bicycle home from work and had a whole future waiting for her. You are the girl who held on for 44 days when most people would have understood giving up on day 1. The door never opened from outside. But nothing that happened inside that house took from you the person you were. Your name is Junko Furuta. Remember it. After. What the world did next. 2 months pass before anyone finds you. In March 1989, police arrest Miyano and Ogura for an unrelated rape. During the investigation, something leads them back. A detail. A piece of evidence. Something small that points toward the house in Adachi. Toward what happened there. Miyano eventually confesses. He tells them where you are. Your body is recovered from a concrete-filled drum in Koto, Tokyo on March 29, 1989. You have been there since January. The concrete that surrounds you is the final act of 4 boys who wanted to make sure you could never testify against them. You are found. Your family learns the truth. Japan learns the truth. The world learns the truth. And then Japan learns something else. Something that produces an outrage that has never fully quieted in the decades since. The 4 boys are tried as juveniles. Their names are withheld from public record because Japanese law protects the identities of juvenile offenders. In court documents they are referred to simply as A, B, C, and D. Not Hiroshi Miyano. Not Joe Ogura. Not Shinji Minato. Not Yasushi Watanabe. Just letters. As if what they did was too minor to deserve full accountability. Miyano receives the longest sentence. 20 years. He serves all of it and is released. Ogura serves 10 years. Minato serves 9. Watanabe serves 7. They walk out of prison. They return to the world. They have names and futures and ordinary days waiting for them on the other side of their sentences. Junko Furuta does not. The case becomes known in Japan as the concrete encased high school girl murder case. It is described by legal scholars and journalists and ordinary citizens as the worst juvenile crime in Japan's post-war history. It sparks national debate about the juvenile justice system, about the sentences, about whether 20 years is a number that means anything when measured against 44 days of what was done to a 17-year-old girl who did nothing wrong. The debate continues. The sentences stand. The men are free, and Junko Furuta's name is the one that history remembers. Not A, not B, not C, not D. Her name. The girl who rode her bicycle home from work on a Tuesday evening in November 1988 and never made it. The girl who held on for 44 days. The girl who deserved every single ordinary day of the future that was taken from her. Say her name. Junko Furuta. She was 17 years old. She deserved better than everything that was done to her and everything that was not done for her. She deserved a justice system that took what happened to her as seriously as what happened to her deserved to be taken. She deserved neighbors who called. She deserved a police force that found her in time. She deserved a legal system that looked at what 4 boys did to a child over 44 days and decided that the word juvenile was not sufficient reason to look away. She deserved better. She got concrete. This is her story. Not theirs. Never theirs. If this story reached something in you that needed to be reached, share it. Subscribe to this channel. Because the only thing Junko Furuta can still receive from this world is the dignity of being remembered and the refusal to let what happened to her be forgotten. Her name was Junko Furuta.